Welcome back to the 60-day Cloud Security Challenge. Yesterday we set up CloudWatch for security monitoring. Today is day 10, and we are covering AWS GuardDuty, the managed threat detection service that watches your AWS environment for malicious activity. By the end of this video, you will have GuardDuty configured correctly, understand what it detects, and have an automated response pipeline for high-severity findings. Let us start with what GuardDuty actually does under the hood. It consumes three data sources. First, VPC flow logs, and here is a detail most tutorials skip. GuardDuty does not read your VPC flow logs. It accesses the underlying flow data through an internal AWS mechanism. You do not need to enable VPC flow logs for GuardDuty to work, and its analysis does not add to your flow log storage costs. Second, CloudTrail events. GuardDuty reads management events and optionally S3 data events to detect suspicious API activity. Third, DNS query logs from your VPC DNS resolver. This is how it catches malware resolving command and control domains or crypto miners looking up mining pool hostnames. Enabling GuardDuty is straightforward, but one setting makes a huge difference. When you create the detector, set the finding publishing frequency to 15_minutes. The default is 6 hours, which is fine for compliance dashboards but terrible for incident response. If someone exfiltrates your IAM credentials, you want to know in 15 minutes, not 6 hours. The command is simple: AWS GuardDuty create detector, enable flag, finding publishing frequency 15_minutes. That is it. GuardDuty starts analyzing immediately. Now let us talk about findings. GuardDuty categorizes threats into finding types with a naming convention. The prefix tells you the threat category: recon for reconnaissance, unauthorized access for credential abuse, cryptocurrency for mining activity, Trojan for malware behavior. The middle tells you the affected resource: EC2, S3, IAM user. And the suffix describes the specific detection. For example, cryptocurrency:/bitcointool.b!DNS means an EC2 instance is making DNS queries to known crypto mining pools. Each finding includes a severity score from 0.1 to 8.9. High is 7 and above, medium is 4 to 6.9, low is below 4. For automated response, trigger on high severity only. Medium findings need human eyes. Here is where it gets practical. GuardDuty findings land in EventBridge automatically. You can create rules that trigger Lambda functions when specific findings appear. The playbook I recommend for EC2 findings: when a high-severity finding fires on an EC2 instance, a Lambda function tags the instance with its original security group IDs, then replaces all security groups with an isolation group that has 0 inbound and 0 outbound rules. This cuts the instance off from the network while preserving it for forensic analysis. Do not terminate the instance, you lose volatile memory, running processes, and network connections. Isolation keeps evidence intact. Multi-account deployment is critical. If you are using AWS organizations, designate a delegated administrator account for GuardDuty. From that admin account, enable auto-enable so every new account that joins your organization gets GuardDuty automatically. I have seen production environments where the newest account, often the one running the latest microservice, had no threat detection for months because someone forgot to enable GuardDuty manually. Auto-enable prevents this. Also, and this is important, deploy GuardDuty in every AWS region. Not just your primary region. Attackers with stolen credentials love spinning up resources in regions you are not watching. Enable it everywhere, even in regions you have locked down with service control policies. Defense in depth. False positive management keeps GuardDuty useful over time. Your vulnerability scanner will trigger recon port scan findings constantly. Create suppression rules that filter by source IP, not by finding type. If you suppress the entire recon port scan finding type, you will miss actual reconnaissance from real attackers. Instead, archive only findings where the source IP matches your scanner's IP addresses. You can also upload trusted IP lists to S3 and link them to your detector. Office egress IPs, partner API servers, known good sources. One gotcha though, trusted IP lists only work for inbound traffic. They suppress findings about listed IPs contacting your resources, not your resources contacting those IPs. A quick note on cost. GuardDuty bills based on volume of data analyzed. For a moderately busy account, expect $30 to $50 per month. The S3 data event monitoring, Kubernetes audit logs, and malware protection features add extra cost and should be enabled based on your actual workloads. Do not enable EKS monitoring if you do not run EKS. Tomorrow on day 11, we will set up AWS Security Hub to aggregate GuardDuty findings alongside Inspector and Macie alerts into one unified dashboard. If you found this useful, subscribe and I will see you in the next one.